Hello. Yes, good morning, everybody. I hope you are having a good morning. Come the mid of the month. This is 15th of July. So today, basically, we want to expand on what we said yesterday. We would like to see exactly what we expect to be happening on various symbols. We'll start off with the play on our screen. This is GBP/USD. So far, there's no clear direction on this side because we basically experienced a move to the upper side. We wanted price to continue rallying to the upper side, but that's not yet. Add it here. So we had a resistance around this point. We had a resistance. We had a resistance. We had a resistance. We wanted price to come back to the same place, to this point, then bounce off to the lower side. That has not happened just yet. So this was the correct place where we wanted to sell from. If the price could have come back up to this point, then this could have been the correct place where we could have taken a sell from. As it is now, instead the price went down. Yesterday it closed as a bearish pin bar. Somehow we are still continuing to the upside. So expect more movements up to this resistance here. Expect price to get to this resistance where it should bounce off to the lower side. If the price can come back up to this point, then this will be the ideal place where you want to sell from. The next chart we look at is USD/JPY. USD/JPY looks like we are upwards, but in real sense, the price is somehow bearish. I'm going to explain why I'm saying this is bearish for some reasons. We had here. Look at this trend line. If you draw a trend line from this point, you can see that the price came to this point, came back to this point, and then it came back to this trend line. Somehow it's not able to break above it. So this should be the ideal place where you want to sell from. As it is now, we want price to the fact that it could close above this trend could be a very good sign that we may see a move to the lower side. So expect more sellers to come in on the first. The first we'll have to draw this to the top, and then like this. You can see that it is true that we had a resistance, we had a resistance, we had a resistance, and then on the other side, yeah, we had a support. So if the price should break any of these levels, that is, if the price goes above the upper trend line, we expect it to continue upwards up to this point. And if the price breaks below the lower trend line, then we expect to continue down up to this point. So entirely that's what we expect to be happening. We want price to it should give us a clear signals. When the price goes above the upper line, we expect a continuation to the upper side. If the price goes below the lower line, then we expect it to continue to the lower side. So whatever happens, we want price to give us a clear signal. So whatever happens, we'll wait for a signal. So the next chart we look at the next chart we look at is Euro USD. We have it here. So this is how your USD looks. Let's see what we have on it. So this chart is upward. This is very much to the upper side. I can't recommend sell position on this chart. I recommend we keep looking for buy positions. and we had a resistance here with the price has now successfully gone beyond. If you look at it from this, the fact that we had a resistance here, you can see that the resistance was around, then the price broke above, it came back to the same place. This was some few hours ago. As it is now, we are still somehow above the same place. So this means we are still upwards. If you're looking at this chart now, you should be expecting more buy positions. Keep looking for buy orders. Expect price to give you a low risk buy entries, especially if it can pull back up to the same place. So the next chart we want to look at is we want to look at we have this, we have a resistance here, then we also have a resistance here. So this is like a triangular formation. The price came to this point here, the resistance, the resistance, the resistance, the resistance, the resistance. So as it is now, we want price to try rising above this level, retracing back, so that we can continue in that direction. So as it is now, if the price can successfully go back up to this point, if it can break above this level, we'll simply wait for some pullback and then we'll continue to the upper side. This is what we want to be happening. So simply a break above, a retracement, and then a continuation to the upper side. That is exactly what we want to happen. The next chart we'll look at is gold. Gold is consolidating. There is no clear direction. We had this here, and then we had so this is like some range where the price is now. If the price can break above the upper one, then we'll wait for a retracement so that we can continue to the upper side. So basically that's what we want to happen. We are waiting for price to break above that line, the upper one, 1813.32, then continue in that direction. So we'll move forward to our next chart, which is SP500. SP500, so far we are upwards, but there's a resistance here where the price needs to break beyond. We have a similar resistance, the one like the one we saw on gold. We have a resistance. The price needs to break above it, retrace back, and then continue in that direction. So as it is now, if the price can pull back, if the price can successfully pull back, if the price can successfully break above that level, then retrace back, then that will mean we'll be looking for a trade. So thank you very much. That should be the end of today's session. We'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you. See you.